Siam children, hope all are doing fine. Okay, so we'll be going ahead with our second part of chapter 6, natural regions. Right? In our first part, we learned about the first three types of natural regions, that is the tundra region, the taiga region, and the grasslands, that is the steppes, the pampas, the prairies, the wells, and the downs. Next, today's session, we are going to learn the other different types of natural region. The next is the hot desert region. And where do you find these hot desert regions? Yes, so over here you can see, children, where can you find these hot desert regions? Over here, all this which you can see, which is shaded dark, these are all places with hot desert regions. Right, let's see what we have over here. Hot desert regions, the location between 20 degrees and 30 degrees north and south parallels in the western parts of continents, Sahara, that is in North Africa, Colorado, North America, Atacama, South America, Kalahari, South Africa, and the Thar Desert in Asia. Temperature. Yes, the climate over here in the hot desert regions. Mean summer temperatures is 30 degrees to 45 degrees Celsius. As we all know that deserts are very cold, very hot during the day. So the mean summer temperature is 30 degrees to 45 degrees, and the winter temperature is 20 degrees to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, so it is very tremendous heat and very low rainfall. Nights are very cold. Yes, in the deserts, during the day it is very hot, and at night it is very cold. So extreme climate temperature is there. During the day it is very hot, and at night it is very cold. What type of vegetation do we find over there? Thorny bushes with hardly any leaves. Leaves are narrow, oily. They have thick bark. Once moisture in soil is consumed, plants die. Examples of animals which you can plants which you can find over there is cactus, sisal, palm, date palm, etc. Okay, so in the vegetation in the desert, as soon as the moisture in the soil is consumed, the plants will die. So with lack of water, plants in the deserts will die. Thorny bushes you will find, leaves are narrow, oily, and they have thick bark. Now, what about the animals over there? You can find camels who can survive for days without water. Number of animals living on the ground is less. Daytime, they live inside the ground. That is example snakes, rats, lizards, scorpions, etc. And also domesticated animals like horse, donkeys, sheep, oxen also find in the desert. Now during the daytime, these animals like the snakes, rats, they are inside the ground. Why? Because it's very hot, so they also do not like to come out. So they are inside the ground. Then what is the human life? Yes, Bedouins in Sahara, Bushmen in Kalahari, Aborigines in Australia, most of the needs get fulfilled through animals. Agriculture is confined to river valleys and oases. So since it is a desert region, you will have less of agricultural activities being done in the hot desert regions. Yes, and where you will have agriculture, where you have a river and oasis over there. Okay, so the hot desert regions, this is the vegetation, the plant types of plants which you will find in the desert regions, and the desert animals. You'll find the camel over there, the ostrich also you'll find, the coyote, the golden eagle, the tiger, rattlesnake, this desert spiny lizard, scorpions also you will find over there. The next type of region is grasslands, the Sudan type. In our first session, we learnt about the grasslands, that is the steppes and the prairies. The second is which is the Sudan type of grasslands. Okay, and where you will find, you can see over here in the map over here, the portion which is marked red over there, you find these grasslands, the Sudan types. It is the temperature over here is quite high over here. Okay, so the grassland Sudan type, you will find it in 5 degrees to 20 degrees and north and south parallels in both the hemispheres. Like you have the savanna in Africa, the Queensland in Australia, the parkland in Africa, Llanos and Campus in South America, and other grasslands. Summer temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. Winter temperature is around 24 degrees Celsius. The rainfall is around 250 to 1000 millimeter. Hot and humid summer, warm and dry winter. So the climatic changes, the climatic difference is also there between both the types of grasslands. Yes. So in these grasslands, you have tall and thick grass, whereas in the grasslands which you learned earlier, they have short grasses over there, right? But in this Sudan type of grasslands, you will find the tall and thick grass, height of grass around 6 meters, that is the elephant grass. Okay, so it's because of its height, it's called as the elephant grass. Trees are rare and have umbrella like canopy. Examples like acacia, agave, sisal, pineapple, cactus, etc. Animals which you can find over here, large number of herbivorous and carnivorous animals. Nature has gifted them with speedy legs. Skin of the animals has colorful spots or stripes and bands like the zebra also. Examples lion, cheetah, hyenas, wolf, zebra, giraffe, elephant, rhino, wild ox, buffalo, kangaroo, emu, etc. So these are the animals which you'll find in the Sudan type grasslands. What about the human life over here? Human life is like the houses are simple with mud walls and thatched roof. Without windows, you have houses without windows, short in height and dope shaped huts called kraals. Hunting and rearing are main occupations over here. Examples of main tribes like Zulu, Hausa, Maasai are there. So the human life over here is also like the simple houses they have with a very short height, dome shaped houses without any windows. We'll see the picture also. Okay, so this is the grasslands, the Sudan type of grasslands. Okay, the animals which you can find spotted and stripes. Okay, zebras, cheetah, elephants, hyena. The also you can find ostriches also over here. And this is a mud house with thatched roof. You can see in this picture also, children, that it is short height. The height is short, isn't it? It's not that tall. Why? Because of the conditions over there, right? Then the next is the equatorial region. Yes, so the equatorial region, here you can see the red part over here. These are the places where you have the equatorial regions, which is between 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south of the equator, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Guinea, Congo Basin, Amazon Basin. Here you will find the equatorial region. The summer temperatures here is around 30 degrees Celsius, means it is quite hot. Annual rainfall between 2500 and 3000 millimeters. High heat and rainfall throughout the year. So just see the amount of rainfall, it's quite high. Because of hot and humid climate, vegetal litter decomposes, leading to diseases. Yes, so because of hot and humid climate, it rains almost throughout the year. So because of that, the vegetal litter which is there, so means the leaves and the branches which get die, which fall off the trees, so it decomposes, leading to diseases also. Fine. And there are flies also, some poisonous insects and flies also there who can cause these diseases as well. What type of vegetation is there? Dense evergreen forest. Yes, lot of rainfall, so dense evergreen forest. Variety of trees and bushes, swampy land, tall hard wooded trees. Examples of trees are mahogany, greenheart, rosewood, ebony, etc. What about the animal life? A great variety in animals. In marshy lands, crocodiles, anaconda, and hippopotamuses are there. Animals or birds living on trees. So you can have animals like chimpanzees, gorilla, hornbills, jaybird. Poisonous insects such as the testis fly is also there. So these insects and animals, they are very well adapted to the climate, the atmosphere in the equatorial region. What about the human life in the equatorial region? Human settlements are very few. Human life is dependent on nature because dense evergreen forest. Population is mostly tribal. Houses are built on trees. Tribes like Pygmies, which is in Africa, and Boro Indians, Semang, etc. So mostly in these regions you will find the tribes in the equatorial region. Fine. So the equatorial region, swampy land, forests you have. Yes, the animal life matches the vegetation. Animals which live here are monkeys, bats, elephants, tree lizards, turtles, snakes, hippopotamuses, insects, and flies, which we already learned. And houses are built on trees. Over here, you can see the houses which are built on trees because of swampy lands, insects, lizards, and also other animals are there. So, these people staying in the equatorial region have their houses built on trees. Fine. Now, the natural regions given in the table are found in specific latitudinal extents between the equator and the poles. Availability of water and temperatures found there determine the location and extent of these regions. The regions which we already learned, the six regions: the tundra region, the taiga region, the grasslands, that is the steppes and prairies. Then we learnt about the hot desert regions, the grasslands, the Sudan type, and the equatorial region. So it is from the equator and the which lies between the equator and the poles. Okay, the temperature and the location and extent of these regions. Besides the regions which we already learned, there are some more regions which stand out due to local conditions. They are the monsoon, the Mediterranean, and the West European regions. Well, the monsoon and West European regions stand out because of specific winds blowing there. The Mediterranean region is known for its rainfall and winters. These are described in the table below. So we'll be learning about these regions now. The monsoon region, the Mediterranean region, and the West European regions. Okay, the location, the climate, the vegetation over there, the animal life as well as the human life also. Okay, so the monsoon region, where does it lie? North and south of the equator between 10 degrees and 30 degrees north and south parallels. Areas where you will find them is Indian subcontinent, Philippines, West Indies, North Australia, East Africa, and Central America. So that is the location and extent of the monsoon region. The climate, summer temperatures between 27 degrees and 32 degrees Celsius. Winter temperatures is between 50 degrees and to 24 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is 250 to 2500 millimeters. Areas get rains in specific seasons from southwest monsoon winds. Rainfall is highly variable and distribution is quite uneven. Then the natural vegetation, semi-evergreen and deciduous forest. Vegetation depends on the distribution of rainfall. Banyan, peepal, teak, sal, shisham, sandalwood, cinchona, bamboo, acacia, shrubs, grasses, etc. So this is the natural vegetation which you'll find in the monsoon region. Okay, there's more to the monsoon region. Okay, the wildlife you can find such as tigers, lions, leopards, cheetahs, elephants, wolves, boars, monkeys, snakes, peacocks, cuckoos, etc. Also domesticated animals you will find in the monsoon region like the cattle, the goats, and horses. The human life in the monsoon region, large number of small hamlets, considerable difference in diet and costumes. Population is mostly involved in primary occupations. Main occupation is agriculture. Okay, so in the monsoon region, you can find animals like tigers, lions, leopards, etc. Domesticated animals also, cattle, goat, horses. Human life, occupation, primary occupation is agriculture, main occupation agriculture. Most of the people also involved in primary occupation. Primary occupation does not mean only agriculture, it can also be fishing, it can also be animal husbandry, other things as well. Fine. The next type of region which you are learning is about the Mediterranean region because of its rainfall in winter. Extends between 30 degrees and 40 degrees parallels in both the hemispheres on the western side of the continent like Portugal, Spain, Algeria, Turkey, California, central Chile, southwest and northeast Australia, etc. So you find Mediterranean region, the climate of Mediterranean climate in these regions. Okay, what is the climate? Dry summers and rainfall in winter. Mean summer temperature is 21 degrees to 27 degrees Celsius. Winter temperature between 10 degrees Celsius and 14 degrees Celsius. Mean annual rainfall is 500 to 1000 millimeters and it rains in winter. So Mediterranean region is known for its rainfall in winters. During the winter it will have rainfall over there. The summer temperature is 21 to 27 degrees Celsius mean temperature. Winter temperature is between 10 degrees to 14 degrees Celsius. So it's also quite cold over here. And the rainfall which is there, it is from between 400 to 1000 millimeters and it rains in winter. Okay. What about the natural vegetation? Thick, small, and oily leaves, thick bark, examples olive, oak, chestnut, grass in low rainfall regions, coniferous forest in mountainous regions. So, what will be because of the rainfall over here, thick, small, and oily leaves. So, in grass in low rainfall regions, grass in low rainfall regions where the rainfall is very low, you'll find grasses over there. Coniferous forest in mountainous regions. Okay. Then about the animals over here, animal in the Mediterranean region, due to animal husbandry, domesticated animals are found in large numbers. So like goat, sheep, cows, mules, horses are there. So animal husbandry is carried out in the Mediterranean region. What about the human life? Seat of Greek and Roman civilizations. Main occupation is agriculture, mostly fruit and flower cultivation. Wheat and wheat products form the staple diet, colorful costumes. Okay, so the Mediterranean region, the people over here, it is a seat, means the center of the Greek and the Roman civilization, the Mediterranean region. Main occupation, agriculture. Basically, mainly it is fruit and flower cultivation. Wheat and wheat products are the form the staple diet. So they have cultivation of wheat done on a large scale. So they have wheat products as their staple diet. And colorful costumes you will find in the Mediterranean region. Okay, the next region which we'll be learning is the West European region, which lies or which is located in the western parts of continents between 45 degrees and 65 degrees north and south parallels like Norway, Denmark, Ireland, British Columbia, South Chile, New Zealand, etc. Okay, the climate over here, mean summer temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius. Mean winter temperature is around 5 degrees Celsius. Oh, it's cold. Mean rainfall between 500 and 2500 millimeters. Rainfall mostly in the form of cyclones associated with westerlies. It rains throughout the year and climate is mild. Yes, so the climate is mild. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. It is mild, but it rains throughout the year and rainfall mostly in the form of cyclones, which is associated with westerlies, the winds which blow from west to the east. Then the vegetation you find over here, green grasses all the year round because the rainfall is there all over throughout the year. Trees shed their leaves in winter. Coniferous trees and short grasses, oak, beech, maple, elm, pine, spruce, poplar, etc. These are the trees which you can find in the West European regions. Then, because of animal husbandry, domesticated animals in large numbers, which includes because there are also because of animal husbandry carried out, so domesticated animals are found. Wild animals like wolves, foxes, bears are also found over here. The human life, industrious and enthusiastic people. They have been mainly sailors and explorers, use woolen clothing, have achieved progress in secondary and tertiary sectors as well. So, developed parts of the world, you will find it in the West European region. Fine, going ahead. As one travels from the equator to the poles, the spectrum of biodiversity narrows down. This leads to the issue of availability of natural resources. This adversely affects human occupation. In monsoon regions, agriculture and allied activities form the main occupation of the people. In equatorial regions, occupations like gathering of gum, honey, rubber, lac, etc., all based on forest produce. Taiga is a softwood forest, therefore, lumbering is the main occupation there. In Tundra regions, the main occupation is hunting and fishing. Extensive farming is undertaken in grasslands nowadays. So significant differences are found in the environment and available resources in different natural regions. The use of resources is dependent on that region's progress in science and technology. Similarly, the history and cultural organizations of that place also affects the life of the people. So over here in this paragraph, it's telling that as you go from the equator towards the poles, the spectrum of biodiversity narrows down. Yes, so it becomes narrows down means the biodiversity is not that broad. Okay, so this leads to the problem of availability of natural resources. So the resources which is available towards the equator, it starts decreasing as it goes towards the polar regions. Now, for example, in the monsoon regions, agriculture and allied activities, helping activities, form the main occupation of the people. Equatorial regions, you have it's the forests over there, so it will have forests produce like gum, honey, rubber, etc., which you get from the forest. Taiga is having softwood forest, so lumbering is the main occupation there. Tundra, it is very cold over there, you have hunting and fishing as the main occupation over there. In grasslands, extensive farming is carried out, so that has become the main occupation, source of income for the people. So these differences in the environment and the available of natural resources is where you can see the progress of these regions depends on. Yes, the regions progress in science and technology also depends on the available resources over natural resources available over there and the environment over there. Also, the history and cultural organization of that place also affects the life of the people over there. Yes, so these natural regions which we have learned, they have their own environment, they have their own natural resources, they have their own history, their own culture. Yes, so all these things are very important for the people living in that particular region. Fine. I hope children you have understood the regions which we have learned. The first six regions which we learned were for the Tundra region, the Taiga region, then we learned about the grasslands, that is the steppes and the prairies. Then we learned about the hot desert region, the grasslands, the Sudan type, and the equatorial region. Other than that, based on the location or local climate, we learned about the monsoon region, the Mediterranean region, and the West European region. Fine. So with this, we have finished our lesson, children. I hope you have understood the lesson. Natural regions. Yes. So till then, go through the video once again if you don't understand, and do the assignment worksheet which is given along with the video. So till then, stay safe. Have a good day, children. Sai Ram.